All right. Well, I'm not a YouTuber, so forgive the shitty mic, the poor lighting, the lack of any of that YouTuber stuff you're used to. I started this channel as a way to kind of start putting my art back out there after I had stopped for a couple of years due to some internal mental health issues. One of the things I've always been good at is pattern seeking, pattern recognition, seeing connections where other people don't. When I was a kid, I didn't have many friends, and so I watched a lot of TV, watched a lot of movies, and incorrectly kind of learned life through movies and TV shows. This doesn't always work out, as I'm sure many of you are well aware, but you know, you see a funny thing happen on TV and you think if I recreate that, I'll be funny, but things that are funny to the third party watching aren't generally funny to the two people in the show. I don't know if you've ever been watching TV and you flip a channel. We don't really even flip channels anymore. But back in the day, you'd be watching TV and you'd flip a channel and you'd be seeing something on one show and then you'd flip over to the other show. And you could kind of notice, oh, we're kind of talking about something very similar here. Or maybe, someone would say like a setup and then you'd switch to the other one and they'd kind of finish the sentence in a weird way or, give a punchline, a payoff, a twist. And that's kind of how I'm structuring my show now. It's a little bit of this video collage. I don't have a great camera. This is a free phone someone I used to know gave me. And now I'm trying to find a way to explain what I'm doing, but not really give it all away. See, one of the things you guys don't know about me is that I had self-worth issues so much that I had to collect a bunch of talents to get by. One of those talents was, that sleight of hand stuff that everyone was into for a little bit back then, where you take the card and you put it in the deck and they don't see the card, but, when I flip it over, it's somewhere else, boom. Now it's that card or whatever. It's over here. Magic tricks are just lies. I got really good at lying when I was younger. Jokes are also lies, though. Jokes lie to you because they give you a punchline you didn't see coming. You thought it was going to be one thing and it was going to be something else. So it was a magic trick. You thought the card was going to be here and it was going to be somewhere else. When I was 16 years old, I saw Ricky Jay and his 52 assistants, and he really talked about the difference between a con man and a magician. And it really comes down to the difference between a con man and a magician is that they're both lying to you. One of them's lying to take something away from you. The other one's lying to give you something you couldn't see otherwise without the lie. And in the same way that if you explain a magic trick and show how it happens, it's no longer magic. And in the same way, if you explain a joke, it's no longer funny. The lie is needed to give you that gift. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see it. Alan Moore, who wrote Watchmen, believes that words are spellcraft. That's what it means to cast a spell. That's why we call it spelling. And, it's a really nice metaphor. I want to say that it's functionally true, though. If I told a decent enough joke right now, no matter what you are feeling, if it hits you, you're going to laugh. That's an involuntary body reaction. I can conjure some words and make you have an involuntary reaction in your body. And if that ain't a spell, I don't know what else is. I can do the same thing if I wanted to piss you off too. If you're sitting on the opposite side of that room and I want you to get out of the chair, telling you to get out of the chair might be the worst thing possible. Maybe calling you a name or labeling you something else. Maybe telling you that the chair's on fire might be the way to do it. Who knows? Why am I trying to get you out of the chair? This is my problem. I ramble too much. I see too much. I go too much. I wrote a poem once about this. It says, I have so many words to say. Sometimes I let them run on and away. Being brief is so hard. There's only so many wishes you can fit on one birthday card. So I will try to be concise, make sure each and every word is precise. This is new to me. There's only so many tales you can tell at one person's eulogy. All I'm going to say is just check the connections. We're building something here. And if I see it, maybe you can too.